Hello and welcome to ISO 9001-2015 Transition course. This course is developed for a number of professionals, the business managers who are involved with ISO 9000 programs in their departments, the quality managers and professionals working in quality assurance or business excellence departments who are responsible to develop quality management procedures and ensure their effective implementation in their organizations, ISO 9000 auditors who are involved in first, second, and third-party auditing, and the trainers and management consultants who teach, train, and assist organizations in training and implementing quality management programs. The course will prepare you for transition to the revised ISO 9001-2015 version and provide you all the necessary information, details, and conceptual understanding on this topic. It will also provide you practical guidance on implementing and auditing the revised standard effectively and tips on how to overcome the difficulties that you might face in the implementation of this transition phase. If you are a beginner or an experienced quality professional, this course will be equally useful for you as the information provided in this course ranges from fundamentals to advanced topics. I'm sure that you'll find it practical and useful. I would now like to provide you the information about what is covered in this course. Let's look at the learning outcomes of this course. By the end of this course, you'll be able to clearly understand all the key changes of ISO 9001-2015 version and how these may impact your organization. You'll be able to develop a roadmap for implementing the revised standard in your company more effectively. You'll understand the most important and common factors resulting in success and failure of ISO 9001 implementation, and the course will help you audit the standard more efficiently and effectively. Although the standard has been revised with major and minor changes, let me give you overall 10 major changes which are different or improved from that of the 2008 version. The first one is the Nextyear SL, a supplement issued by the ISO, which provides a new classification and sequence of clauses of the standard, which is now common for all the ISO management system standards. Second section is on leadership, which has much more requirements than defined in the earlier version. QMS is now a strategic function of an organization in the new version, with more responsibilities and accountabilities given to the top management. The third one is the context of the organization, a new clause, which makes quality an important pillar of any business excellence initiative of an organization and required to expand the practices of quality from mere products, services, and processes to overall business excellence program. The fourth one is the scope. Here, the exclusion allowed in the previous version of this standard are withdrawn with certain conditionalities. The fifth change is the new revised PDCA and process approach model, with little modification from the previous one. The sixth one is a new requirement of risk measurement and management in businesses and organizations. Organizations are now required to identify various types of risk associated with their quality system, processes, people, market conditions, and other organizational issues and come up with the plans to control and mitigate the current and future probabilities of undesired outcomes. The seventh is services. The new standard is no more biased to products and manufacturing environment. It is now balanced with services environment. The eighth is improvement. This is now modified and is not limited to just continuous improvement, but require organizations to also address innovation, breakthroughs, and re-engineering as required. The ninth is external providers, replacing the earlier concept of suppliers. The 10th major change is the documented information. It is no more very prescriptive like in the earlier version. It now provides much more flexibility to organizations in maintaining and retaining information as well as align with current advances in computer technology and databases. Finally, the new version also provides modifications and introduction of some new terminologies which will also be introduced in the course. Section 1 will cover the common challenges in the field of quality management systems. It will include 5 topics. Number 1, the objective of QMS, maturity levels and surveys of ISO 9001, reasons for ineffective implementation of ISO 9001, differences between quality control, quality assurance, and quality management system programs, and whether QMS implementation a project or a program and how to deal with it. Section 2 will cover the ISO 9000 historical evolution and various revisions. It will discuss ISO 9000 family of standards, ISO 9000 various releases, 5 stages of ISO 9000 standard development, reason for ISO 9001-2015 revision, and number of certificates issued globally. Section 3 will be on Annexure SL, a new framework provided by the ISO, which is common now in all the ISO management system standard. So I'll discuss with you what is Annexure SL and what is in the Annexure SL. And third one is the principles of common justification criteria. Section 4 will discuss some of the terminologies and definitions which are either new, modified, or important for understanding the QMS requirements. Some of the terminologies that I'll be covering includes what is listed in this slide, like interested parties, management system, top management versus management, effectiveness, policies, objectives, risk, competence versus qualification, documented information, performance, outsourcing, corrective action versus correction, and monitoring. Section 5 will discuss briefly about the 7 principles of quality management. Some of them are now modified from the earlier principles. In this standard, there are 7 quality management principles instead of 8, which were given in the 2008 version. These are customer focus, leadership, engagement of people, process approach, improvement, evidence-based decision-making, and relationship management. Section 6 is on clarification of new structure, terminologies, and concepts. It will include structure and terminology of the new standard, products and services, risk-based thinking, applicability, documented information, organizational knowledge, and a discussion on external providers. Section 7 will be on some new formats as available in the new version. ISO 9001-2015 Table of Contents, verbal forms of language, the way the language is used, 5 interpretation of 5 different stakeholders, new process diagrams, and a very interesting revised PDCA model, which is a bit different from the earlier version. Section 8 through 15 will discuss the key points, implementation, and auditing tips on each of the clauses which are part of the standard. As you know that this standard is based on the PDCA model. At the planning level, there are 4 clauses now: context of the organization, leadership, planning, and support. In the do clause, there is the clause 8, which is called operation now. The check clause includes what is titled as performance evaluation, and act clause is on improvement. So altogether, these are basically the main clauses of the new standard. What is interesting is that for each standard, I'll be discussing the new requirements and how to implement these requirements using different tools, and for auditors, how to audit these clauses more effectively. Some of the tools that may be used in ISO 9001-2015 includes the SWOT analysis, FMEA or Failure Mode and Effect Analysis, BSC or Balanced Scorecard, Kaizen, SPC, Quality Circles and Teams, and even Six Sigma can be effectively integrated with the certain clauses of the new standard. Section 16 is on transition roadmap. It will include basic elements of QMS programs, QMS development, deployment and sustainability, ISO 9000 failure rates, step-by-step implementation and transition activities, and implementation timeframe. Section 7 will discuss some of the challenges which you may face in the transition and will include what are the common challenges which may be faced by the QMS managers, auditors, and consultant, and recommendations on effective transition and implementation. Section 18 will finally be on conclusion and wrap up. I'm sure with all these details and insightful discussion, you will be much more knowledgeable with better approach of auditing and implementing the ISO 9001 standard. So I hope you'll enjoy the course and would look forward to seeing you in the course. Thank you.